here's the third guide in the series. Oh, the Beehive. So this isn't actually a boss in story mode. This is to have a third counterpart boss, a third boss for the area of Pillar Mountains. They just put a bunch of enemies in a room and called that a boss, which, you know, it's still pretty annoying. All right, so first thing, let me tell you, for this boss, or just floors 1 through 4 in general, learn how to deal with bees, please. I see a lot of people talking about how they like to use the cloud to kill bees for them, but it's really just incredibly inefficient and it doesn't do a lot of damage. So what you want to do really is first take out these guys. It shouldn't be too bad, and then just focus on the beehives. I mean, these are really just normal enemies. So the most trouble you probably have with this boss is the bees. So what you can do as a melee player to deal with the bees, there's a little trick you can use. Now let me just there we go. If you stay against the wall, I mean, first of all, if your shield is strong enough, you can just guard them. Just go up against the wall and guard, and then they die. Simple as that, right? Let me fix that clear time, because that's just that just hurts to look at. But yeah, so you should be able to deal with the slimes and the rabby without any trouble. They're just regular enemies. But for the beehives, you just focus on one first. If you have really any gear, you should be able to take it out without having too much trouble, because it's not too bad to handle. And if you're in multiplayer, the enemies will be elites, but that's usually not an issue because your other people help you with that. If you knock any bees down, don't worry about them. Go for the beehives right away. So let's say you have like 20 bees on the screen. I know I don't, but for an example, if you have too many bees on the screen and your shield can't possibly handle it, there's two options. You either stay on the wall and guard the bees and like kill them one at a time, running away when your shield is about to break, or if you stay on the wall and move down just enough from where they attack you, then they won't hit you. You swipe your sword, and then they die mid-flight of their attack, so you can really effectively take them out. One good strategy if you don't like the bees is to just go after the beehives right away. So I have less bees now than I did in any of my other attempts. So that's one way you can do it. And there we go. I got the double S time. It's, again, a lot of these beginning bosses are really going to be the exact same for magic. So if you... That was the wrong character. I mean, do I have the equipment for it? Nope. Alright, but if you're doing it with magic, it's really the same thing again. You probably want to target the beehives first, because it'll make it easier for you. I think I could probably do this one with Fireball, honestly. Oh, I'm not very good with this skill. I guess this is a pretty good example of how to do this. If you're... Oh, that sucks. Well, I could just show you how to deal with it. I mean, yeah, you can pretty easily kite the bees around, make them attack you, and then just go for the beehive from a distance with most magic spells. So there you go. And then kind of just clean up afterwards. You got to be real careful since there's so many of them. Take out the... if you have this many bees, definitely want to take out the rabby and the slime first, because that'll just make your life a whole lot easier. And so look, we got a bunch of bees on the screen now, and I'll do that strategy I was talking about. Well, that's embarrassing. It's alright, I'll just do that again. So that's what happens if it gets a little crowded, and that is really annoying when that happens, but it happens, so what are you gonna do about it, right? Do I have Fireball equipped? Yeah. So, if you want to do this one, I'm going to use Chain Lightning here, because I like Chain Lightning. But, a good way to go about it, I'm going to need to show that strategy again, because I can't just be dying there and pretending like, you know, that never happened. I could restart, but I've already gone in too deep. So, yeah, you're going to want to take out the Beehives as soon as possible. There we go. Chain Lightning can hit the bees when they're mid-air, I believe, so that's pretty good. And, okay, so you have a bunch of bees left. So your strategies are either this, which is wait for, like, one of them to charge and then hit him while he's down. Chain Lightning gets them while they're mid-flight, so, you know, you can kind of use that to your advantage. These guys are hard mode, so they're getting up really quickly. P-guarding them makes them take longer to get up. Oh, that was bad. You can obviously resort to just hitting them while they're on the ground, which works. But usually you don't do enough damage. That was a really, really bad example, but yeah, no. So this boss can be a little annoying if you aren't prepared. Like, I don't have the good magic wand in this particular build of the game for whatever reason, but you can do it in the double S time, and I'm gonna have to show that that's possible. Otherwise, I can't be happy with this so-called guide. You know what I'm saying? I have barely any items in this build. Let's see if I can do it with this one. Somehow manage with this terrible build. So there's one Beehive. Chain Lightning splits between enemies, so you're going to want to watch out because, you know, you might not get it going where you want it to. P-guarding is always good. Oh, come on now. Alright, I must have a better build here for some kind of magic utility. I really don't, huh? That's kind of disappointing. Makes it kind of hard for me to show off that you can do this with magic. Unless, yeah, no, for some reason none of my builds here have any kind of good magic. I mean, this one kind of does. I could try and show this one. I did the double S for melee already, so I gotta, you know, be able to prove what I'm saying isn't false. Snapcast is always good. See, with a little bit of magic attack there, it's a lot more powerful. And the fight's gonna go just way quicker. There you go. Oh, come on now. You never want to be stuck, there you go. You never want to be stuck onto the wall, because if you're onto the wall, then, or away from the wall, what am I saying? You want to be stuck on the wall when the bees are attacking you, because that means they won't be able to hit you from this side. They only can hit you from this side. And if you're in the middle, it's more risky. You can practice it in the dojo, but they will come from you from both sides. I demonstrated that earlier, but you'd have to P-guard and then turn in P-guard, which is difficult to pull off, but it's possible. I just wouldn't recommend it, especially not for beginners. Anyways, that's how you do magic and melee for the third boss of arcade mode, the Beehive.